Hello, Beez Bladers! Welcome back, and welcome newcomers to the channel. I have a buck knife. Yeah, you heard it, a buck to check out today. And it's the first one that's going to be on the channel. I'm going to use the Spyderco Delica to get in this box. I do have a buck knife somewhere around here, and it's one that I've had for a long time. I've never had a buck 110. I know that's it seems to be the most popular one I hear about. And let's get in here and see what this is all about. First of all, thank you, as always, to my subscribers, my patrons, all the channel members, and especially everyone that always comments on every video, and everybody that hits that thumbs up button. That thumbs up button's important. I really appreciate that. Ooh, look at here. DLT Trading, that's where this one came from. Now you can, let's see, okay, label of shipping, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's get in here and see what it looks like. Wrapped up in some paper. Here it is. Okay, all right. So here's the box. Edge of a Legend. Established what does it say? 1902. There's some information, legal notice, yada, yada, yada. You can take a screenshot and read it. And does it say? There we go. CAT 13243. And then this is the buck highlight. And it's kind of rubbed off there. Oh, no, it's not. It's just turned up. Look at here. It's the buck HILINE. It's HILINE, and it's 0263 GYS-B, if that means anything to you. So it looks like that is just partially off of there. And yeah, we still do have to cut her open. Cut a little bit of plastic. Yeah, that's about the extent of unboxing knives these days. Ooh, check it out. Ooh, that is pretty cool. So this is going to be my first buck knife. I would say, you know, over the like $20 mark. Most of the bucks that I've bought in my past, man, it's got some good weight to it. Man, oh man. Would y'all look at it? Just look at it. Yeah, most of the ones that I've purchased in the past have been like 20 bucks. And this is pretty cool. Look at that. We'll take you all the way around. We'll do a nice up and closey all the way around. That is pretty cool. It's like a fuller in the back spacer kind of deal. It's great. It has gray anodized aluminum handles with G10 inlay, and then titanium coated fasteners with an antique bronze finish, as they call it. And then the pocket clip is stone washed, which is very nice. Very, very nice. This is pretty neat looking. How about that? Let's see what the blade looks like. Yeah, that's my kind of blade right there. Ooh, check out the stone wash. Now, I'm not sure if this actually serves any type of purpose. I don't know. I'm really curious. Somebody tell me, what is this for? I don't know what that's for or what purpose that is. I know cleavers have that hole unless you're just going to hang it. Maybe that's what it's for, is just to hang it up on a nail if you're out camping or something like that. But there you can see 0263. Don't know what that is. And this is D2 tool steel. Nice jimping going on. Ooh, yeah, that's comfortable jimping. I'm liking that. So you can get these for around, I think the lowest I found was around $33, going up to about $44, depending on where you get it. Let's go ahead and go all the way down. Get a good look at it. There you have one of those doodads. What is that? Anvil. So texture vision has a little bit of oil on it. The texture is really good. I like the texture. This G10 is perfect. If it was all aluminum, I might be a little slick, but it's pretty good texture, and you can see there's a huge lanyard hole. I think I would have preferred the lanyard hole be in the back, but they have that full back spacer, which is going to help keep it clean. And it looks like there's no milling, and we'll get all the specs. We'll run through the specs in 60 seconds. There's no pocket clip holes on this side, so this is going to be right side tip-up only carry. Looks like it's very slender. We'll see how it goes in and out of the pocket. But let's do the specs here and see what they are in 60 seconds. So our weight is 3.84 ounces with a total length of 7.5 inches from tip to tip. You have a cleaver style blade with D2 stonewash steel, and your total blade length 3.23 inches with a sharpened blade length of 2.82 inches. Your blade width 0.92 inches, and then the blade stock thickness is very hefty at 145 thousandths. And then thickness behind the edge was pretty much 12 to 14 thousandths depending on where you were. And then you have aluminum handle material. Your close length from from tip to tip is 4.32 inches. And your handle width right here is 0.8 inches. And at the farthest point right about right there, your handle thickness or closed width is 1.34 inches. Handle width or thickness is 0.57 inches. This is a frame lock and it's right side only tip up carry, and the model number is 0263, which is that number right there. All right, let's see how she cuts. Not too bad, a little rough. Yeah, not too bad. It could probably use a little strop, but yeah, not too bad from the factory. Now, I am curious how this is going to go in and out of the pocket. It's very slim. I'm going to throw a clip up here and show you guys what it looks like going in and out of the pocket while I give it a try. And surprisingly, it's going in and out of my jeans pocket very well, very nicely. So that's very nice, very, very nice. Let's do some quick size comparisons for you. Now, width-wise, I'm going to show you the QSP Penguin. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, okay. All right, there you go. Gives you a good idea. I'm going to lay this out and we'll throw some up here. That way you can see just how large or small this knife is. So here is the... Let's see if I can get it. Can I fit it? Yeah, it'll fit. I'm just going to leave that right there for you guys and gals. There's the Spyderco Para 2 or Paramilitary 2. And here's the Spyderco Delica 4. I'm trying to line these up pivot to pivot. It's a little weird. There you go. And here is, let's throw this one in here. I haven't had this one in a while. The Ontario Rat. It's longer than the screen. The Ontario Rat version 1. Let's do that. There we go. And here is the Kizer Sheepdog non-flipper, full size. This is the full-size Sheepdog. So you can see it's not a tiny knife, but it's not exactly a large knife either, if that makes any sense. Here's the QSP Penguin. Everybody has a Penguin. And if you don't have a Penguin, you'll probably end up getting a Penguin. And here's the Kizer October. Really like this one. I was trying to find some other Cleaver styles to show you. And here's two more. Now here's the Ruike P801, and this is a very, very popular knife. So I know a lot of you guys and gals that collect knives have this one right here. So now you're getting a good idea. And then here's the Kershaw Highball XL. If you collect Kershaws or like Kershaws, there's one to give you an idea. So how about that? Now we're in the age range. Now we're in the size range. Now, if you haven't noticed, my voice is a little raspy. I'm a little under the weather, but I'll be absolutely fine. Don't worry about me. But in the meantime, don't forget, if you're not subscribed, to hit the subscribe button, the bell button, and all that good stuff. And remember, there's 10% off discount codes to all kinds of different places in the description of this video. So let's check out deployment. So your deployment methods, first of all, I know, yeah, there we go. Let me zoom out just a little bit. Just a little bit. So there's one deployment method, which I really like, is the pinch open. I know that's going to be good right-handed and left-handed. And then, oh yeah, push button's really nice. And how about the old light switcheroony? Now here's your flipper. It could use some jimping. It's a little slickerish, just a little bit slick. But man, it has really good sound. And listen, it has a nice sound. You got to give it a couple shakes to get her down. Not too shabby. How about left-handed? What are we looking like left-handed? Now here you go. Now check this out. So this is a frame lock, but it has this G10 overlay, so your hand doesn't push down on the frame and doesn't keep it locked. So this is completely good for lefties. The only thing is if you really need that left-handed pocket clip, then I know a couple of you are I already know you're going to say something. One of you, your name starts with a G. You're going to be like, doesn't have a left-handed pocket clip. I'm going to be like, yeah, I know. But yeah, it's really comfortable. It's easy to open, very easy to close. There's good access to the lock bar. You can see here, up nice and close. Good access to the lock bar. And look at here. Ooh, we'll get into ergos here in just a second. Let's see what the lockup is. So the lockup is really good, really good. We're like, we're 50% plus on the lockup. So that's very nice, very, very nice. And it's nice and smooth. We'll see what it looks like on the inside. We'll take this bad boy apart. And I do love that sound. So let's check out the ergos while we're at it. My hand is 4 inches from here to here, 3.5 from here to here, and then from here to here is 7.25. So let's see what it looks like. See what it feels like. Oh, that's comfortable. All right. I thought that picket clip, I'm all over the place. I thought that pocket clip was going to be an issue, but it's not. Probably because it is deep. It is nestled down underneath the G10, which gives it that low profile. And I had no problems getting in and out of the pocket. So Yeah, no problem with the pocket clip. And look at there. Nice choil. Plenty of room for sharpening before it. Now, the plunge grind does go all the way down to about here, but you do have plenty of room for sharpening. I can't talk today. So, yeah, overall, I think we've got good action. Has some good sound. We'll see if it even gets a little smoother and see what it looks like on the inside. But ergonomically wise, it's comfortable. There's some jimping up here. This jimping's pretty nice. That's kind of how I like it right there. I wouldn't mind if the jimping went up just a little further. And of course, you can do utility cuts with this all day long. Now, as far as actually using it as a cleaver, I don't think that's going to work very well because this point right here, if you, let's see, where's a straight line? If you get a straight line and go like this, you can see that you're not going to do any actual cleavering with it. So, yeah, it's more of a style than anything. But, man, I tell you what, for doing cutting, utility cutting, this would be a nice all-around carry. And it's not heavy. It's kind of lightweight. It's a very nice looking knife. Let's get in and see what it looks like. Okay, if you're not familiar with what I use, here's everything that I use when I disassemble knives. And there are links in the description of this video. I have folks ask me after I do these disassemblies, where do you get this? Where do you get that? It's all in the description of the video with a link right to it. I have 10% off to KPL Knife Pivot Lube, and then I have Amazon links to every single one of these things that you see. Definitely get a Weehaw bit set, and if you get a set, make sure you get the right size. You don't have to use my links if you don't want to. It doesn't cost any extra to use my links. But if you don't, make sure you get this size or you won't be able to take your knives apart. All right, so let's get in here. All right. Oh, okay, that wasn't too bad. I thought that might be a little difficult. I haven't taken a buck knife apart. I know a lot of people have had a buck 110. I personally have not. So let's see how this is going to play out. I'm going to try to take it all apart from this side. So far, everybody's coming out pretty nicely. Very nicely. I know one thing, there was oil leaking out of the side, so they definitely lubed it up well. Let me get this stuff out of the way. I've got parts and pieces everywhere. All right, there we go. So, how are we going to operate here? Let's open it up and see what happens. It just didn't want to pop apart, and I'm not familiar with how this is working here. So here is this piece, which is just a solid piece. And I do have a piece of microfiber cloth with some alcohol on it. A little bit of alcohol. Set this dude up here and see. Oh, there is our answer. So you can see here, we're going to have to take these bad boys off to get it apart. I was wondering what was going on there. There we go. You know what? I'm going to take the pocket clip off and see what happens here. Because something is holding us together, and I don't know what it is. So our pocket clip. Gee whiz. You know, I've been very fortunate lately. The knives I've been breaking down have been very, very simple. So our blade is just wanting to fall out, and I don't know what's holding us together other than that back spacer. Let's see here. And it might just be it's being difficult. So let's see. And this will be good if one of you wants this knife, you can see how to take it apart. Let me learn the hard way. Okay, yeah, it was just really, really on there. It's coming off now. I'm using this little plastic pry bar, and I think what's holding us on is this this right here. Yeah, I'm having to turn it, so it doesn't want to come out. You know what? I'm going to leave it. Ha! What a pain. Kind of a pain compared to what I'm used to, but I'll take it. I'll live with it. And a little bit of grime. Let me give you a look in there. That doesn't look too pretty. That looks like rust. Right there in the pivot. So let's see if we can get that cleaned off. And right here, it just fell off is our, oh yeah, that is coming off. How about that? So we have rust in the pivot. Very, very interesting. See if we can get that rust off of there. So that is the first time I've ever taken a knife apart and had rust in the pivot. And I'm sure it happens. I'm trying to get it off of there really good. It's cleaning up pretty nicely. You can see. And I'm going to spend a little time on this, and if I have to, I can always edit out just me going around in circles like this. But yeah, that is definitely a concern. So I'll show you what the caged ball bearings look like. Here's your caged ball bearings, and that looks like it's going to be ceramic, and I'll double check. Is it ceramic? No, those are steel ball bearings in there, not ceramic. All right. So look at this side here. So this is very interesting. I'm used to, I mean, the majority, the knives that I've taken apart have all came apart really easy, have not been very dirty, do have some burning on the inside of the steel right there. And I've never had one be rusty like this. Now the blade looks good. I don't see any issue with the blade at the pivot. It's just the steel of the frame. And this is, let's see, this is the aluminum with the coating. And I'm losing my back spacers. Losing all my back spacers. And I'm definitely going to have to edit some of this out so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me do this forever. Let's see if that comes out or if that's just something else spinning. Because none of this is making a whole lot of sense to me. What is that? Ah! So there you go. It is. It's a washer that I'll be able to clean easier now. So it looks like it's just the washer is the issue. And look at all the grime inside of here. I don't know if this was possibly a returned knife, but I've never seen one so gunky in the middle. So that's cleaning up. You can see where that coating right there has scratched just from disassembly. Or it was already there. I don't know. I don't remember. I have to peel back the tape to take a look. But I'm going to give this washer a good scrub down. All right, I gave it a good rub down. Now what I would prefer to do is use some high grit sandpaper to get some more of that off. There's no rust, but I don't like how that looks. But I'm going to go ahead and put her back here. Use a little bit of KPL on both sides, just a little tiny bit. And then I use these little cleaning swabs from KPL, Knife Pivot Lube. And there's 10% off of those bad boys. But yeah, I don't know what the deal is. I think most of the problem here with that gunk was just from the washer itself. And let's see, we have this spacer right here. We'll put this back in there. That's going to hold that together. And then we'll put our other spacer back here. Hopefully you guys can see this after I get them seated. So I'm going to put that back right there. And then I'm going to make sure that these ball bearings are, well, where's our pivot? Let's go ahead and put our pivot through. And our pivot spins. Let's see which direction it's going to need to be. So you see this, how this is D-shaped? We're going to want the D. I'll put that D in here, shaping, facing that direction. And, well, you know, we'll just get this all fixed up. I was kind of boofangled by all the difference, and I'm glad, because my disassemblies have been so easy lately. You know, with the Kizers and the other knives, that I was bound to come up with a tougher one. And I needed a little challenge to make me say, well, what's going on here, bruh? What's going on? And of course it had to be when I only have half my voice, but you know, that's the way it goes. That is the way it goes. So we're all nice and clean here. You can see here's the detent ball. I'm gonna get some KPL heavy, put a drop in there. Just one drop, little dab will do ya. Put a little bit of line. I know it looks crappy, but that doesn't matter. It's not going to affect anything. And you can see here, oh, let's get our pivot, the D shaped where we want it. We want it facing that way to match up. And you can see this is our stop pin. Going to stop our blade where we want it to. All right, so how are we looking? Looking a lot better. Looking a lot better. I'm going to put the cage ball bearing with the open cage side facing the blade. Put a couple drops of the old KPL on there. And where'd my little dude go? Love my little doodads. You don't have to use these. This is personal preference. Just personal preference. All right, let's slide this dude back around. Lift it up just a little bit. And see if we can get it lined up. I'm going to open the blade. And how we looking? Let me get some of this stuff out of the way. All right. So how are we looking here? Looks like it's lining up, snapping up very nicely. Okay, all right. See if I can get this little screw in there. Wow, that's a little one. Get that in there. I'm so glad that I realized that I had to put this pocket clip, or this clip in first. I would have got it all together and then went to put the clip on and be like, ah, jeez. Ah, jeez, would you look at this? So this will add a little bit of time to the disassembly, but hopefully it'll help somebody out. And I would put some thread locker in here, either the stick or the goopy stuff. I'd put one or the other. I'm not going to, because I'm going to take this knife apart again, definitely. But for the sake of time, all right. So looks like we're coming together. Looks like we're coming together. Oh, nope. Look at there. Jeez. Jeez. Yeah, see what happens when you try to rush. You try to rush things. Shouldn't rush. No need to rush. Put these guys back in. Just finger tightening them. There we go. Now, I wanted to get that G10 overlay on there. There we go. I'm going to put my pivot in. I do like the color of the pivot and the back spacer. Pretty cool looking. Pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to tighten this down pretty good. Put these other guys in. I'm not going to tighten them down yet. Just mainly get them started. All right, going in, just getting it started. So let's see what it looks like just right off the bat. A little off to the side. Let me loosen up the pivot, tighten it back down. See what we're looking like. Oh yeah, there we go. Look at that. It's pretty darn good. I'll take it for now. I will take it. Let me tighten up these guys and we'll get up to the big screen and I'll give you my final thoughts. All right, so I don't know. That's pretty darn close. You know, if I'm being super particular, but that's pretty darn close. If I tighten it back just a tad, I lose that action. It has really good action. So overall, I like the knife. It took a minute to realize how to take it apart, but hey, that'll save you guys and gals the trouble. But man, I love the sound. Has a nice tink. Has a comfortable feel. Yeah. I would say the only drawbacks are I don't know what was going on with that washer in there, which I may just replace that washer. But I know if you don't like to take your knives apart, then you don't want to know that that's on the inside. So they do have a 100% quality and craftsmanship guarantee. So if you have any kind of issue with buck, you send it back and they'll either replace it or give you a brand new one. They'll take care of it. I do know that they have a really good warranty. But yeah, so all in all, the ergos are good. I like that you can choke up. That's really nice. That's very comfortable finger choil going on there. The ergos are good. I like how it's going to cut. Has a pretty good edge on it. Not too shabby. Feels really nice. Might need a little bit of stropping. But for the price point, I think it starts around 34 bucks at the time of this posting. You can't beat it. It's pretty nice. I'm proud to say I have another buck knife. That's pretty cool. Let me know what you guys and gals think about it. And in the meantime, live life in the present, keep a Band-Aid handy, and don't cut yourself.